What's up? L.A.R. movement still moving. So, this is NFL picks and fantasy picks. So, we're going to just get right into it, right? This Thursday night, tonight you're going to have a game between the Bucks and the Bears. Nick Foles is playing. I think so. I'm going to take the Bucks because the Bucks got a better defense right now. But also, they tried to throw the ball too much with Nick Foles last week. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to run the ball. Because David Montgomery ain't really doing much. So if they got to pass again, they're going to really put some heat on them. Now, like I said, I'm going to take the Bucks. If you want to start somebody, I guess people would think start Tom Brady because he's hot. That's your best quarterback? I guess so. I wouldn't say start Nick Foles. Running back, Ronald Jones, Fournette, you don't know who's going to get off. Plus, the Bears still got a good defense. They're older, but they're good. They have their moments, but they're good. So, Mac hasn't really got off yet, but Hicks has been killing in the middle. I can tell you that. I would assume, Tom Brady has threw a few picks. He had a hot game last week, so don't be surprised if he throw a pick in this game. Same with Nick Foles. I mean, the running backs concerned, like I said, David Montgomery. If you got to start him, okay, but I wouldn't. I kind of got to start him because one of my running backs, Nick Chubb, is hurt. So now, receivers, you got to start Allen Robinson. And technically, if Jimmy Graham is on your list, they target him a lot in the red zone. So I would check that too. You're going to have to start Mike Evans for sure. I don't think Godwin's playing. People have dropped a lot of Gronk because they like O.J. Howard because he scored last week. Well, and Brady is known to throw the tight end, so, I could see you playing somebody like O.J. Howard. So if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Both defenses, I kind of would start because the Bucks got a good defense. The Bears got a good defense, as far as getting after the quarterback. I'm not too sure if there's going to be a shootout. But if it is, then Allen Robinson and Mike Evans going to eat. Next, Bills and Titans. Bills, Titans. This is a close one. This is a close one. If they get Derrick Henry running that rock, I'll go with the Titans. Josh Allen been killing. So I would say the Bills' defense is better than the Titans' defense. So in a sense, I would push for the Bills. Don't really like the Bills, but whatever. Josh Allen, you got to start him. Ryan Tannehill, if that's your best quarterback, okay. If you're in a double league or whatever. You're going to have to start Derrick Henry because he's going to get a lot of touches. Who else could you start? Juno Smith. Is it Jonu Smith? The tight end. He's going to get touches. I'm not sure if he's playing or not, but whatever. People want to, receivers A.J. Brown and I forgot the other cat. Could you? I mean, it's the Titans receivers. So they're bound to get off, but you got to start the Stephon Diggs. You're going to have to start Singletary. If, I wouldn't say number one, maybe flex two, something like that. Shouldn't be cussing, right? Almost. Bills defense, possibly. Titans defense, not so much. Ever since they got rid of the brother that was in the middle, Casey, it ain't seemed right. Clowney there, but it ain't really clicking yet. So not yet. Not yet. Jaguars, Texans. You would say go with the Jaguars because the Texans are horrible and they got a new coach, but will they be re-energized under their new coach? I'm not a Texans fan, but will they play harder for Romeo Crennel than they did for Bill O'Brien? Maybe. Romeo Crennel is more of a defensive mind, so would he let the guys loose? Maybe. Gardner Minshew, he's been playing good, so he's been actually. Statistically, I would say take him over Deshaun Watson right now as far as fantasy. But Deshaun Watson is definitely a better quarterback. David Johnson, no. Robinson, possibly, because they're playing the Texans and they trash right now. No defenses. DJ Shark, you might have to start him. You know, they're targeting, he's getting more targets, but let me be honest, he's getting scores, so he's a red zone threat. That's why you start him. Bengals, Ravens, don't start Joe Burrow. I think Lamar Jackson is hurt, but you're going to have to start him. You know, big trust, woo woo. I'm going to still ride with, Mark Ingram because he can score close because if Lamar Jackson's hurt, between him and J.K. Dobbins, they're going to get the rock. Marquise Brown, Snead, Mark Andrews, maybe 2-3 receiver, tight end, you might have to start. Bengals, you're going to start Mixon because he got off last week, but is he going to get off against the Ravens? I doubt it. Joe Burrow has been really connecting more with the younger receivers than A.J. Green. And, if A.J. Green don't ball now, he might not get the ball for the rest of the season. So I'm not going to take T. Higgins over A.J. Green, but I will say, he's getting more opportunities than him. So that's what it is. And really, A.J. Green won him that first game. They called that push-off in the end zone. Truth be told, he was getting held, but whatever. Take the Ravens defense, not the Bengals. And I wouldn't take the Bengals tight end necessarily either. Panthers, Falcons, and I'm taking the Ravens. Panthers, Falcons. I tried to have an upset last week with the Falcons beating Green Bay because they needed to. Well, I'm going to do it again. I don't even like the Falcons. I'm a Saints fan. But when Julio got hurt, that was it, in my opinion. Teddy Bridgewater's playing nice. He's going up. He asked me about Robbie Anderson last week. I don't trust Robbie Anderson. But I ain't going to lie. I used to love watching the Jets. And the coach killed him. So he's the number one. He's putting up the numbers, I can tell you that. And he might get off against the Falcons. Mike Davis, you're going to have to start. Not too sure about Thomas. That he might be your secondary tight end. But when it comes to the Falcons, Matt Ryan is going to get points because they're going to score. If Calvin Ridley plays, you might start Calvin Ridley. Justin Gage might be a dark horse. I'm still saying take Todd Gurley because he hasn't had a 100-yard game, but Todd Gurley has 4 touchdowns over the 4 games. So he keep this up, he's going to have 16 touchdowns at the end of the year. Say what you want, that's going to get you points. I think his biggest game was 80 yards. Is he going to get off? I'm not necessarily sure because it's a shared backfield with Brian Hill, but he's probably going to get you some scores. That's what I think. But I'll take the Falcons, reluctantly. Chiefs, Raiders, Chiefs. Let's not play this game. Pat, start him. Pat Mahomes, you got to start him. Derek Carr, maybe. Their tight end, though. Waller, you're going to have to start Waller. Kelsey, Hill, L.A.R. I'm not sold on L.A.R. because, Andy Reid can switch him out like that. So they're going to ball out. Which defense to take? Neither. Cardinals, Jets. Cardinals. Jets are sucking. Start everybody on the Cardinals if you can. That's even Kenyon Drake because they're probably going to get off. Big, like Murray, Murray, even Drake and Hopkins. They're going to get off. It is what it is. Jets, don't start nobody. Flacco's playing now. So I don't know what's going to happen. Gore might get you some points. That might be it. Eagles, Steelers. Ironically, historically, the Eagles, probably in the last 10, 20 years, have actually beat the Steelers on a number of occasions, in a battle of Pennsylvania, right? I don't know if that ain't going to be the case this year, though. No. So, Big Ben going to get off. Carson Wentz probably going to have problems because this defense is serious. I probably wouldn't start nobody from the Eagles right now because this is a bad matchup. Big Ben, yes. Juju, maybe. James Conner, I can see that. The defense, absolutely. It is what it is. Rams versus Washington football team. Taking the Rams. They starting Kyle Allen. So I think Cam Akers is coming back, so that backfield is a pick 'em. You take Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, they playing. So if that's like a number 2, number 3 receiver, I could see putting him in. Everett, not so much. You got to start McLaurin. He's balling in every week. That's what he's doing. If it ain't a bunch of catches and yards, he gonna score. It is what it is. Would you take the Rams defense? Probably. Kyle Allen throws the ball, so those receivers might actually get off. It is what it is. Dolphins, Niners. Got to take the Niners. Here's what it is. Take the Niners defense. Running backs, maybe. Not too much quarterback. Just because they're playing the Dolphins. Gesicki, he might do something with Ryan Fitzpatrick. They might put Tua in. You never know. But who's going to start Tua? Cause they don't even know if he's going to play. Because he's not going to, they might put him in. He ain't going to start. They ain't going to throw him in there with the Niners, even though the Niners hurt. Just saying. Giants, Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys, but I got to say Cowboys. It is what it is. You're going to start all 8 hitters. Dak gets points. Zeke, he's not, holding up right now, but that's because they're throwing so much. So Dak might eat. Zeke might eat more than Dak in points because they might just run him into the ground, get a new identity. So maybe Cooper, maybe Lamb will get a little bit, but I expect them to run him into the ground and get a new identity because they need to kill the clock. And New York is a good person to set that tone with. Patriots, neither defense. Patriots, Broncos. Belichick over the Broncos. Just being honest with you. Gordon's going to get off. I don't think Drew Lock is back. If Lock is back, it's going to be an interesting game. Noah Fant is out, so you can't play him. Jerry Jeudy been doing all right. Say what you want, Jerry Jeudy been doing all right. I don't know if Sutherland's back. If he is, you got to put something on him too. I don't think the other running back, he's not back. I keep thinking the light skin cat. I keep forgetting his name. Philip Lindsay. But if he was number 2, whatever. Patriots, just the defense, nothing else. Just the defense. It might be Burkhead. I know Sony Michel's out. Maybe Harry might get a touchdown, something like that. This is a defensive struggle. Just how I look at it. Colts, Browns, good matchup. I would edge the Colts over the Browns in this one because the Colts got a better defense. But Phillip Rivers is a turnover machine, but Baker Mayfield could be a worse turnover machine. So it's a pick 'em. I don't, it's going to be a game where they throw a lot. So that's why I would take the Colts over the Browns because Phillip Rivers can get it done more than Baker Mayfield right now. That play action is working good, but no Nick Chubb. I think Kareem Hunt is still banged up. So running is going to be an issue because they got a great defense. So the passing is where I got to get a nudge to Indianapolis. It is what it is. You're going to have to start Odell. I think Juice going to get off. Hooper might get off. Jonathan Taylor probably going to get off. He can run that rock, but, Phillip Rivers, I don't trust him. But Vikings, Seahawks. Thielen might, you're going to take Cook for sure. Cook going to do his thing. You might take Thielen because if that's the number 1, you got to start him. But like I said, Russell Wilson's going to get off. Kirk Cousins, he's a pick 'em because sometimes he gets off in games like this. Defenses, if Jamal Adams come back, Seahawks might do something, but I ain't going to put my money on it. Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. You got to start all of them. It is what it is. Chargers, Saints, Monday night. Who that nation? Got to go with the Saints. Justin Herbert, rookie quarterback, they're going to get at him. Kamara, you got to start him. What's the Josh Kelly? You got to start him at your running back because Eckler's hurt. If you had to replace him with one. It's like Ernest Johnson is replacing Chubb, but I think they got a good line, but we talking about the Saints now. Kamara's going to get off. You know, if Michael Thomas come back, it's going to be a problem. Keenan Allen's going to be a problem. Mike Williams is out, so they might double him. You know what I'm saying? The Saints got a good defense. The Chargers got a good defense. This is one of them games where it could really be a high-scoring event, so watch it. You know, turnovers, maybe. I don't know if Jackrabbit and Lattimore are still out, so that'll be an issue if they are. But I'm taking the Saints. And Traquan Smith, Traquan Smith, I want to say. You might could take him too. You know, that's what it is. We out. Catch you on the next one. Peace.